What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Wolf today at the request of VOL. We're going to be talking about BTCM for King Tiski. You said you wanted me to do like January, February analysis. I'm assuming for next year, 2025. And then we'll just be talking about Bitfarms and CleanSpark again for DB. I know you said crypto miners in general, but you know you made that comment on the Bitfarms CleanSpark video, so I feel like that might be the ones that are relevant. And we're talking about a couple of other miners on this video as well. So without any further ado, guys, we're going to be talking about those four: Wolf, BTCM, Bitfarms, and CleanSpark to finish it all up. No, I do not think we're going higher. Yes, I do think we're going lower. Absolutely, I do. Let's start this video off real quick with some Bitcoin, just quick kind of bearings together, right? Look at this price action, man. Look at that day. Went all the way down, and then you came up bullishly engulfed. I'm not impressed. I very much think you're going lower. I very much do. Looks like, very in line with these lower highs here. Nothing too concerning, in my opinion, for the bearish side. Yeah, I'm not impressed at all. You're kind of in like a megaphone, right? A broadening top pattern, which could break to the upside. It can also break to the downside. So, and I am anticipating the downside. The RSI to me is very telling of this. It looks like it's in a nice little established downtrend, but we'll see. Time will tell. Once you break out, probably once you break below that 42K level again, maybe like 41.8K level, you'll see a more dramatic move to the downside. And I say more dramatic as in like down to 40K, like a 5% move, from 42K. So, and I mean, beyond that, I do think it's going lower. There's a lot of people who are very bullish right now, think that we're going up to 50K or higher. There's even some people, there's all forms of like bearish denial right now that I'm seeing. Bullish denial, maybe like the bulls are in denial of the bearish case, and they're like, well, maybe these prices won't happen. Maybe we're not going to go down here. Maybe we're just going to move sideways. Yeah, we're just going to continue to move sideways. Yeah, as we've been doing. Sure, maybe. I mean, we've done that before, right? To be completely fair, we've done that before. Had a lot bigger of a breakout there. I don't know. Top to bottom, 21%. Hey, I guess that's not really too different, is it? Top to bottom, 21.59, 21.85. It looks similar, does it not? But I'm, oops. I don't understand what just happened. So we're going to go back. But I'm not convinced yet. I'm really not convinced because there's also a lot of key differences, right? Here we were in the oversold zone. We were below the green line. Here we're more in like this established downtrend in the RSI. Like we just rejected the top. We haven't been in the oversold zone yet. We haven't been below the green line. And if we break this low, I bet we would at least see extensions off of this low to this high, down to 37K, potentially 35.5K, and I'm thinking it's going lower. So enough Bitcoin analysis though, man. That's what I got for that. Let's look at Wolf. This is a minor stock video anyways. In comparison to Bitcoin, they're very correlated. In fact, we can actually do that because we do have an idea of what Bitcoin's going to do, or at least that's my belief, is the ideas that I just illustrated. Put a correlation coefficient here. We can see that it's pretty correlated most of the time. Sometimes it's not. But we're in a phase of high correlation right now, so I would assume if Bitcoin goes down, this too will probably go down. And where are you going to go? If Bitcoin sees lower lows, I would bet you do, probably down to $1.09, 91 cents, something like that. That makes sense to me, man. 91 cents lines up very well with this low right here, like right there. $1.09 is a little bit higher than these lows, but still you might go right to $1, something like that. But nonetheless, Wolf, I think you are moving down. That's really all I have to say on Wolf. Inevitably, I do think you move up, right? I think Wolf has a lot of potential in it, but for now down. Let's move on to BTCM. Bit Mining Limited. I think you are in somewhat of an ascending channel. You are a little bit away from the bottom of this channel, so I bet you go down probably around like just eyeballing at 324 sounds about right. Like right along the top here, somewhere around 320, 324, something like that. That would make sense to me. Let's see. top to bottom. Just missed your 1618. Damn. Yeah, 325 to 320. That makes sense to me, man. Now you're talking about what's gonna be for January of next year. That's really hard to say. You know, if we look at this here, December of 2020, January was good. January and February. Looks like it was pretty correlated with BTC, so I'm assuming if this was going up and it was correlated, BTC was probably going up as well. So January, February, that's where it topped. Maybe it does top then, but you know, to be completely fair, Bitcoin itself topped off in oh wait, no, this is different times. It topped off in November of 2021. Let's see. January looks good. February looks good there. 2018. January, February are good there too. Relative tops throughout all, yeah. Look at you go. Not so much there, kind of boring, but whatever. February and January were bad there. So I don't know, you've had a few good Februarys and Januarys in a row. That leads me to believe that your hot streak will probably come to an end at some point. Maybe January and February are good for 2025. But as far as like where do I expect the price to be during that time, let's just put a line there real quick. January and then February is one more. I could see this thing being worth $42, yeah. At least $20-something, but probably above $40 by then. It's my genuine opinion. I can be wrong, but that's my genuine opinion. Yeah. Maybe it's way higher, maybe it's way lower, but I would think somewhere around $40 to $60 is where you're going to be around that time. Maybe you go higher before then, maybe you go lower. You know, it's really hard to do time analysis, but that's my best guess on this one. So anyways, a little bit lower from here, right? Probably around 320 to 325 in the more immediate term. That's BTCM. Let's talk about Bitfarms and get ready to finish this bad boy up with CleanSpark afterwards. Pretty correlated with Bitcoin, in a correlated phase for sure right now. Assuming, again, what's bad for Bitcoin will be bad for this. But it'll be good for us, whoever's trying to buy this thing. From the low, that's not the low. This is the low. Low to high, closed at your 382, went back above it, rejected your 236. I bet you go to your 61869. I'm very confident, actually, that you see this price somewhere between about $1.40 and $1.54. Like, very confident in that. Yeah, you could see your 786 or 886, but I'm very, very confident in this range right here, right there. So that's my genuine opinion. That one wasn't too hard at all. Yeah, daily RSI looks sad in my opinion. Very strongly correlated to BTC. You could go up a little bit higher from here, maybe, but that I don't think you break above 260. That's Bitfarms. I definitely think you're going down in the more immediate term. I keep looking like this because that's where my list is. It's like right here on my lap. Because if it's on my desk, it's like I gotta like lean forward. I don't know. I'm just lazy, I guess. I just rather look down. CleanSpark here, pretty correlated as well. You go through phases of correlation and uncorrelation, but most of the time you do look to be correlated. Let's see here. Kind of uncorrelated around your lows, huh? Maybe you like to move up or find your lows when Bitcoin's moving down, maybe. That could imply that this thing bottoms out before Bitcoin, maybe. Thinking of it like that, right? Kind of all of them looked like that to a certain degree, I feel like. Nonetheless, it looks very similar to a couple of these stocks. Just looks like, you know, solid downside, a little bit of relief, bull trap down. That's what I'm thinking. You're probably going to go all the way to zero. No, you're going to go, again, I think, probably around anywhere from like, you could go below $5. You could. I know I've got some of you who are talking about having buy orders down there, and I hope you get it. I hope that lands. I see why, you know. 786, relatively speaking, is at 450. You've got the 886 all the way down at 396. It is a higher low nonetheless, all the way down there. If we were to put some kind of a line, a trend line on like this high to these prices here, You could come down, let's say by April 1st, that is below $5 there. So there's plenty of stuff. You've got this previous area of resistance right here, right? Skimming right there at about 516. There's a lot going on in that like high 40 or high $4 area, low $5 area, sure. But I'm not going to be messing around with this thing, man. I do think that if it goes lower, and I do think it does go lower, but if it goes lower from here, I probably won't be buying around $5. The lowest that I would buy, I think, would be around $5.50. But I'm probably going to get in around $5.80 or so. That's my genuine opinion. Yeah, $5.80 is that local 1272. What we're doing right now with this week is we're like looking like we tried to break above the 236 and we couldn't. This is a very telltale sign. This is like rejecting the 236. We have one more day left. If we close at these prices or lower, really, I would assume that we will see prices below the 382, which is below 620. So again, that's been my range, my price area to take profits for a while now. I did adjust that yesterday. I've actually committed to the idea that I will take profits whenever I see prices at 580. But maybe I'll take it a little bit before, somewhere in that range between 620 and 580. That's my genuine opinion. While I very much do expect price to potentially go all the way down to about 511, but I might buy back at 550. Take profits here on my put around 580, but buy back at 550. Accept the losses as they come. Just be patient and wait for the upside. I don't expect those prices to happen next week or the week after. Maybe they do. Maybe. But I'm more expecting this low to come in sometime in March. That's when I'm expecting a lot of these lows to come in. But maybe it comes in before then. Maybe we do find it this month, sometime in February. And just because we find it in February, doesn't mean that we're going to go up like that immediately. Just like we didn't here, we might chill for like a month or so. So be prepared for that. I'm not impressed by this daily. DB, I know you were talking about we're having a bullish day. Yes, it was a bullish engulfing day. Decent volume. RSI doesn't look half bad, but it doesn't look good. I'm not impressed, man. Lower highs, lower lows. Until you break above that high, until you break above that high, I'm not impressed. And I don't even think you'll break above this high, but let's see. Bouncing off the 236. Went up to your 382. Like really what you did is hit the 0.5, came down to your 236, hit the 32, probably going to go below your 236. You're probably going to see the extensions off of this low to high, which again, the minimum price target would be $5.80. And you probably go below that. Probably. 551, 511, that's my expected area. 2272 is all the way down here at $4.03. That is a possible target. It absolutely can happen. I'm just not counting on it. Though I accept it as a possibility because if the price does go down there, I'm not going to panic, so I'm not going to freak out and be like, this is unexpected. No, it's like, it is unexpected, but it's not something that I'm not prepared to handle, right? It's not something that isn't on the radar. It's absolutely a possibility. I just want to buy this thing for sure. So I'm not going to wait till a possible low. I'm going to get in where I know I can get in, which is probably around 550 to 580. At any rate, I'm just going to keep repeating myself until I stop. So that's the end of this video. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe. If you would like to see more content, thank you guys very much. I very much do expect that miners across the board are going to go down over the next month and a half. Maybe more for some, maybe less for some, but about a month and a half for most of them. Take care. Smash that like button, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.